We should be live. Looks like we are. Hello, everybody. 1 second. Trying to get things organized this morning. We're getting there. A little bit more consistent with it. Let me get something ordered real quick. There, let's do this real quick. Get my face detected. There we go. Ordering a tuk-tuk this morning. We're going up to the Botanical Gardens, which is surprising to nobody, probably. Funny, all these guys are around always looking to ask you if you want a tuk-tuk ride, but when you book a grab, they're like, oh. Okay, we're good. I just want to make sure that I've got everything organized here before I check. I guess we should be good. Let's do the whole checking. Did I do everything right type of thing? I just got done watching For Real. They just did a live stream. Yeah. We got it. Woo. Okay. They just had a live stream, which was great. Changing their format from doing weekly motos to monthly, and then adding more original content for themselves, which I'm super ecstatic. And they had a really good live stream. A lot of folks showed up, so it's nice seeing some of the regular faces in here and over with them too. So very nice. Good to see that we've got like a great community of folks in and around. I promise I'll be less distracted. Well, I can't guarantee that. Who am I kidding? I'm always distracted. I'm perpetually distracted by life in general. I forgot my regular eyewear at my apartment, so it's gonna be fun. I think I got my grab. It's going to get noisy. Heads up in advance.
Siem,
that is me.
Siem, come on.
Yes, we call it Sean in English, but Siem works too.
Siem.
Yep. Everybody in Cambodia gets a laugh out of my name.
Your name, Siem, come on.
Yeah. I didn't know that I had a Khmer name.
I don't know you. I know that man.
So everybody thinks I'm local when they see my name.
Oh, not bad. You love Khmer.
I appreciate that. I'll take it.
You love Cambodia.
I feel Cambodian. So yeah, the name Sean is the Khmer name as well. So, which I thought was really funny. I only found that out recently, because every time I'm out, I was getting like people were like, you know, giving me this double take with my name. I think it's great. Little did I know I was Cambodian before I got here. Yeah, so let's take a look outside. You don't need to see my happy ass. Okay, we're doing that. I don't know if anybody's leaving any chat messages yet. Feel free to. I'm just excited to go back to the Botanical Gardens. It's been a long time. Month and a half. kind of excited to have a ride. Hopefully the stability works too. We'll see. That's the ASMR tuk-tuk ride. Just making sure that I have found that sometimes that the streams don't work great when... Hello, Tony! Okay, we're good again. Apologies there. As I've mentioned, sometimes the system has a hard time. Yeah, I'm back now. The one thing I've noticed is that like I don't have any issues doing live streams. I love doing them, but doing a mobile stream like I do, when I'm walking it seems to be fine, but sometimes when I'm in a grab or a tuk-tuk or whatever, or on my bicycle, it becomes kind of weird, so. We should be good. Aha, you got a trick? Do you have ABA? Okay, 1 second. And ABA scan. How much was it? 5.4?
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
See you again. Okay. Should be good. Now I need to get out my, see if they are open yet. I think they open at 9. It's 9:04, we should be good. Dear God, every time I turn around, it looks like I got the sun right behind my head. My apologies, everybody. What a shit show of a stream. Let me make sure this is working again. I need to get out my... Yeah, okay. We're good there. I'm getting there. There's a little bit of a delay that I cannot control, which is fine. Okay. Just want to get my Facebook out so that I can show them. Hello. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm okay here. Oh man, it feels good to be back. I think that they open earlier than 9 a.m. Obviously, it's not been my first time here doing a live stream for this time of the day. Sister Di. I'm following you on Facebook. Thank you. Okay. Let's get going here. Sister Di. Good morning. Okay. So, I think the last time I was here was my favorite route. So let's take that. Let's get it off me. Let's get this going. Ah, there we go. Pressure is off. We get to see some beautiful stuff. And let me turn on face tracking because it's a pain. So they are set to be expanding this park considerably, which is great. So I love this park as it is. Okay. Again, catch up, make sure everything is going good. Yeah, okay. Again, just double checking everything and, doing my due diligence. Okay. Tony, how long now since you left Canada? And what are your overall thoughts and your experiences abroad now that it's been a few months? So I left Canada the end of November of last year, so 2023. So I've been overseas now for 9 months roughly. And I don't have a bad thing to say about it. Obviously there are some major differences to things, and life is a much different animal than back home. But the peace of mind knowing that I'm in a place that is more mentally stable for me is worth everything. I get to get up every day and know that I can go and have breakfast fairly cheap, take walks, see nature, do all the things that I need to for my mental health and my body. And I'm not hassled and hounded, and I don't have to worry about the government boogeyman and all that other crap that I was dealing with back home. I think the biggest thing for me was getting away from the negative media cycle. If you want my truth. It was overbearing and overpowering and overwhelming, and I did not cope. So getting away from all that and living in a place where people live, existence itself is the most important aspect of any given day. That's pretty amazing to me. And to be surrounded by people that are laughing and smiling and genuinely enjoying their life is empowering. Not something I had in the West. I barely had communication with people, even when I waved and tried to, initiate conversations on the streets and stuff. Never happened. I remember last time that trail, did it go all the way around? Or did I just get fizzled out because it got wild? Or was it wet? We'll see. It gets wild. Oh, that's it. And then it curves down the end. That's me, my logic. So yeah, I enjoy the lifestyle over here, especially in Cambodia. There's just something to be said about it. A more simpler way of life, at least for me. Vietnam is great too. It's nice. I really enjoyed my time in Vietnam. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Tony. I'm glad you enjoyed my response. It was from the heart. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's take our time in here today. It's going to be a hot day. What's the temperature now? 87 C, or sorry, no, 87 Fahrenheit. I changed it the other day for talking to my dad, so I don't remember what it was in centigrade. Feels like 101, so that's that one. And I'll flip back over to Celsius. 31 feels like 38. That seems about right. Hotter than hell. I'm assuming that's a big warning sign saying please do not go that way. No, it's probably just telling us what the thing is that's in there. Aha, no entry back there. Good to know. Oh yeah. Wow, this is different. I don't know if the lighting's catching it, but these roots are all like a orangey color. So I think with the tarp across the top, it's, yeah, that's cool. And this is where we got those fish that were insane. Let's take a look. Wow. I don't need to feed them when I know what they're going to do. Poop, 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 poop. Beautiful koi pond. Okay. These little roots are getting stuck in my hat. Okay. Ta-da. Left or right? Right. I think. Let's see. We are here. So we're here. So I think this is the route that I said. And then if I go the other way, it takes us back over to the little road. So let's go in. The geese are angry again. They could probably tell there's a Canadian here. They can smell the Canadian goose shit off of my DNA strands. I have nothing to do with Canadian geese, you little bastards. Okay. All the notifications from Grab are done. Sorry, just trying to get caught up again. Okay. I love you when you use the emojis, Tony. I find myself fantasizing about quitting my job permanently and taking off more and more. Yeah, me too, man. I mean, I've probably said this story a few times, but I guess it's worth bringing back to the conversation again. So, this time last year, I'd made up my mind that I was done. I was no longer happy in my job, was no longer happy in my country, and I just needed to take a break. I needed months away. So I decided that I was going to leave my job. I was going to quit. I was going to give them a notification that I was leaving November 1st, and that, you know, I'd made up my mind, kind of thing. But I wanted to give them ample time to, you know, find a replacement and, you know, doing my due diligence as a, you know, good employee. So I'd scheduled a meeting with my manager. I talked to her that morning and said, hey, I want to have a meeting. And she said, yeah, can we put it off to a little bit later this afternoon? She goes, there's a company-wide meeting that I want everyone to go to. She said, I have no idea what it's about, but, you know, they're holding it this morning. And I said, yeah, you know, whatever. You know, corporate meetings are corporate meetings. They are what they are. You know, usually a bunch of bullshit, surrounded by more bullshit. So we go into this meeting, you know, everybody's online. So, you know, you're thinking that they're going to announce another product or another, you know, acquisition or something. Nope. Nope. They'd announced that they were letting go of the support staff. So I did a second tier software support for a software company. So they said, you know, we'll be finding out soon, you know, if our jobs were going to be let go. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. And so we get done that meeting, and there's hundreds of support staff from multiple different products that this company had. So we had another meeting with, you know, I thought we were going to meet up with my manager. Nope. We meet like the manager above her, and basically the entire team is like, oh, including her. That's why she couldn't tell us that we were being let go. And the effective date for us being let go was going to be November 1st, and that they were going to be giving us a severance package. So I'd already had some vacation days booked up, and I had all this other stuff booked up, and I'm like, excellent. So everyone else is trying to scramble and try to figure out what to do with the fucking lives, and I was like, perfect, November 1st, huh? Sounds great. So I had already been in talks with a friend of mine to sublet my apartment. We're just working out the dates on when he could take over. And he had a trip that he was doing to go visit his family in Montreal. I was at the middle of October, so he was like, "Can we do December 1st instead? For me to take over." I'm like, "Yeah, December 1st works. Or November 1st, November 30th. I don't care. I'm good with either." So, but yeah, so I was done as of November 1st, and so I had a month to start to process everything. Bought my tickets and got everything organized to come overseas, and ordered money and did more logistics and research and what I wanted to do. And I've never been happier. That severance package just ran out in June, so I had given myself 6 months of travel, and I said to myself, it's like, well, you've set aside, a budget for 6 months as it is. So whatever the severance package is, plus your 6 months. And then after I was here in Cambodia for a while, I was like, I'm just going to stay. I'm just so happy, my quality of life went up, my, everything, my happiness factors, everything in my life got better by getting away from everything there. So it was easy. So yeah, I have no regrets. None, zero, zilch, nada. Let's go take a look at some of the birds. The birds. The peacocks are especially lovely this morning. Hello, how are you? What you up to today? Say hello to the camera? No, a little camera shy? I get you. It's not for everybody. You would think a peacock with all of those fancy feathers, you guys would be more inclined with oh, but they cut your feathers off, so I get it. So you're not happy because of that. I can get that. I get it. Sorry, let me catch up, Tony. See, you've been leaving more comments. You're living vicariously through me. Oh, happy to share it, my friend. Happy to share it. Dude, yeah, Peru, that's a special place too, man. Absolutely. I don't think I could make a go of living there personally. I needed to get as far away from the West as possible, and for me, the direct opposite side of the world was perfect. If I could have gotten to the moon, I would have gone. So, what about healthcare, Rare Pearl? I haven't really had to worry about it, to be honest. I don't have any underlying conditions that I need maintenance on, so I don't have medications that I need to take on a regular basis or anything along those lines. I'm fairly healthy, but been maintaining a healthy lifestyle and all that. But if you get sick, you get sick. The cost of health care here, oh wow, I love this. The wild animals in this acclimation enclosure are being prepared to be released to natural forest soon. Well, aren't you? You're going to be going free, my friend. How excited are you? Go get your own bananas, do your own thing, climb your own tree. I hear you. Dude, you've got such an amazing gait when they swing. I love it. So yeah, if you want to compare, I don't know if you're in America or Canada or whatnot. Healthcare costs, even in Canada, for things were getting dear because privatization was happening in a lot of things. So But if I wanted, like if I need to get something done here, like if I need surgery, I would most likely grab a flight into Thailand or Malaysia and then pay it out of pocket. It would still be endlessly cheaper than having to deal with it back home and having to go bankrupt because I had a fucking pimple on my ass. So there is insurance available. I have my own insurance from Canada that I brought over, so I'm okay with that. But that's why I'm not really as worried as some other people would be. But it's all, and if you make arrangements in advance before you come over, you're fine. You know, and as long as you're prepared to deal with the ramifications of, you know, if you get insurance, make sure that it covers certain things over here. And if you don't have insurance, you're going to live that lifestyle. Make sure you got some money set aside for whoops, just in case. Because they'll want payment up front to get anything done here. But again, the cost of things here are going to be like percentages less than they are back home. So I could probably get that pimple on my ass removed locally and live here for an entire year for less money than it would cost me in the States for it. How do I know this? I know somebody that had a boil removed from their backside, and the cost 15 years ago was close to $20,000 US. So yeah. I don't have much faith in the healthcare system back home anyway. And I'm seeing a bunch more posts, so my apologies, everybody. I'm doing my best to keep up. Frank, 4262 visuals. Moving a long way away, as complex as it can be, is perhaps the most accessible opportunity to reinvent yourself. It's really hard to make that dramatic change when you're still in the same life. That is a absolutely factual statement. Even when I came over, and I knew initially, like I said, it was going to be for about 6 months or so initially. I still had an apartment. I still had like that, you know, fall back. I can go back if I want type of thing. You know, I was ready, you know. But when I finally decided that I was here and that I was staying, I had been away from all of my things that I had left that I thought were very important to me. You know, I needed to have access to these things. I've been gone from them for, what, 10 months, 9 months now? And I don't miss any of it. I don't need any of it. And even with the things that I have here that I've acquired, when I was traveling Vietnam, I was like, I need less shit. Like, I still need less stuff because of the lifestyle that I've chosen to lead for myself here. Kind of a nomadic existence, you know, traveling from apartment to apartment, you know, traveling to other countries for months at a time, you know. It's a different lifestyle than anything I had back home. So the amount of physical things I need have, like, my dependence on, you know, things are way less. My dependence on memories and the tech and the gear to maintain those memories, that's becoming more of a focus. So, you know, having decent camera equipment, having my, you know, phones work and all that kind of stuff becomes important. Even my buddy Doug, I have to applaud him. So if you don't know Doug from Planet Doug, he had an older MacBook Pro that he'd been using to edit his videos for years. While he was in Vietnam, it decided to stop. Hello. While he was in Vietnam, it stopped working. It died. So, you know, most people, that's a calamity. Like, oh, what am I going to do? I don't have a laptop. I don't have this. I'm going to maintain, do all this. And he just was like, well, I'm going to start editing on my phone. Like, it was no big deal for him. It was just a lateral shift. He was like, okay, fine. I'm editing on my phone now. It's a little bit more difficult, a little bit more of a pain in the ass. Got his laptop fixed. Still took him a little while to transition back to the laptop. So, you know, once you get your head around the lifestyle and everything, it becomes way easier, way easier. Hospitals, are they easy to get to? NYC. There are hospitals everywhere here. Like even here, like if I needed to get assistance and I needed something right away, there's hospitals here in Siem Reap. You know, even when I was in Vietnam, I cased out where the hospitals were next to, the things you get. What is your emergency number? You know, where is my passport? Where is my documentation? And where's the nearest hospital? Those things are things you just kind of get accustomed to putting notes, you know. I have a handwritten note that sits in my passport. I have a note on my phone that's on my Google Drive that shared along all of my tech. So, you know, I can log in on my computer, my tablet, my phone, any of them, and I have access to all that stuff. So, you know, I also have photocopies, like, you know, not a photocopy like a Xerox, but a copy, like a picture of all my documentation. So, and I keep that on my devices. So, Rare Pearl, thank you for shedding light on that subject. Happy to, you know. It's scary, you know, that whole transition and uprooting yourself and dealing with everything. It's a scary proposition for a lot of folks, and I get it. So, how did they remove that boil? It was you went into the hospital, the doctor, you know, they had everybody that was there, you know, they added a topical jab to the area, a slice, a suture, a Band-Aid, and a prescription. In and out within an hour type of thing. So, yeah, I don't know, but I would love to make 20K in an hour. You know. And that was the bill that went to the insurance company, just so you're aware. I have no idea what it would have been if it was just the personal invoice, but that was the invoice that was seen, that was supposed to go to the insurance company. So, yeah. You had 2 surgeries in Thailand for less than the round-trip airfare and 1 month's accommodations. I went home and cute nurses. Rusty, that's it. That's it. You know? I could, like I said, I could live here for a year on the cost of getting a boil removed from my ass in the States. I would happily transfer that idea. It's like, you got a choice. You can get pimple removed from your ass, or you can go and live overseas for a year. You choose. Which would you prefer? I don't know. There's not a whole lot of people I know of that would choose to get the pimple on their ass removed. I would deal with the fucking pain. But I may be broken that way. Coffee? Anybody in for coffee? I'm in for coffee. See how it is in here. There's a cafe in here. Those that don't know, I'm in the Angkor Botanical Gardens. It is a absolutely beautiful park. The price of admission is you have to follow them on social media. Be forewarned, if you follow them on social media, you're going to get addicted to their posts because they do a lot of them. Hello, this is I. I am here for coffee, yes. I'm doing a live stream, so you guys have the best coffees here. Can I order from you and sit out here?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I want a hot espresso.
Hot espresso?
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. I can. Let's go over here. So the last time I was in here, they were doing a lot of work. So there was welding and all that other jibber jab. So, but yes, we get to sit and have coffee. So I am not using my usual gimbal. Or, sorry, I usually have a selfie stick that's like really long, and I think I could do this. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm using today. It's this. This is my entire setup today. This is a battery for the camera, and then this little screw attachment is the tripod. So I make it stupid easy. And I use the battery backup because it gives me about an hour worth of battery for the camera on top of the camera already doing its thing. Let me see what we got here. Getting your coffee as well in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Well, enjoy it, my friend. I couldn't thank you. So, the cost for the espresso here is $1.50. Now, that's a little bit more expensive than in town, depending on where you're going. Like Brown's Coffee is really expensive here, Starbucks obviously, but most of the local coffee shops, you get that for like $1.25. So it's not super expensive. But to be honest, I mean, look at where I'm sitting. Like, this is literally my view. This is what I get to look at. You know, nice little fountain over there. Beautiful, beautiful natural area. You know, so much so that the locals are even, you know, at these tables lounging and relaxing and enjoying the hell out of themselves. It is a stunning area. So, I would pay $1.50 just to sit at a table like this, let alone to be served a very delicious a cup of espresso. Yeah, it's a cup. It's not in a glass. Alex, drinking coffee by your pool in Siem Reap, dude. See, you're living the life. Living the life. Okay, kettle's on, Rusty says. I'll join with a French press. There you go. I brought back a coffee maker from Vietnam. And it's the same as you get here in Cambodia. It's like a saucer and a cup and a little press. So you kind of put your coffee in the cup, puts the saucer, all has holes in it, you put it over your coffee cup. And then you add a little bit of hot water to bloom your coffee, let it sit for a minute, and then you add the rest of your water, and then it drips through. And it makes a really good cup of coffee. Unfortunately, when I first got to Cambodia, I had no idea how to use it, and I thought I was just like, I got a broken one. So the step of blooming it was the important part. And that, like I said, it's like you put your coffee and everything in, put the little press over top of it, like a little gravity press. And then you put just enough water to, I give it like about like a quarter to a third of an inch above the gravity press. And then that just drains out and then it lets the coffee expand. And then when you add the water, you do. Rare Pearl, considering Kampot. Yeah, I'll be in Kampot. Depending on the current travel plans, travel plans, I guess panel and the letters are all in there. I just jumbled them in my head. What the hell? Travel plans get me in Kampot in the next couple of months. So, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And that's tea or water?
Hot water.
Hot water.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. So, espresso. So, I will put. I basically, I'm going to make myself an Americano. I'm okay with this. Bear with me for a moment. I forgot. I got to scooch down because I don't have the face tracking. Let me enable that. Who am I? It's like it takes all of 2 seconds to go flip, flip. There. Now it tracks my face. I can go over here. I can go over here. It does its thing. It drains the battery a lot more by doing that, but it's okay. This is very hot water. There we go. Now if I decide I want to have hot water afterwards, or mediocre water, tepid. There we go, tepid water works. Having a hard time wordage. Speaking English has become more and more difficult the longer I'm here. I hear less and less of it. Maven, you missed where I'm at. I am at the Angkor Botanical Gardens. It is about 1.5 kilometers, 2 kilometers from downtown Siem Reap. It's on the road to Angkor Wat, and it is a beautiful, beautiful spot. My understanding is that they are expanding it tenfold over the course of the next year or so. and it's one of the most beautiful places in Siem Reap. And they have different sections for the botanical gardens. So some areas they have like an animal enclosure, which I found out today. The animals are being held to be re-released back into the wild, so which is really nice. But yeah, there's there's a hobbit section that I get to go down to. But all these different ways that they have all the local flora, and it's beautiful. Sean, are you at my place with the Hobbit House? I am. The Hobbit House is about 500 yards over there. I'll probably be crawling in there when I get done my stream. You know, me and the other hairy toad freaks. My ex-wife, when the Lord of the Rings movies came out, and you know the hobbits are running around with their bare feet and everything, and I've always had, I should say, I had very hairy toes, and like the top of my feet were hairy. That has died since I started wearing sandals, but yeah, like she used to say I had hobbit feet, so I didn't take offense. I would rather have 15 meals a day, you know, like the hobbits is. Until I found out Gollum was a hobbit, and then that kind of ruined it all, because, you know, that's basically a hobbit that's been infected by corporatism, so. Yeah. Good to know that that is like a universal thing, no matter where you are in the world. You just run yelling mummy, and then it works. And yes, I'm a bit of a goof. You can say anything you like to me in chat, and I will respond with something, you know, usually sarcastic. I'm Canadian, so sarcasm is our second language there. Midlife escape, great joy and peaceful moments in life, and that morning cup of coffee. Absolutely, 100%. Maybe, I don't know if they charge more for the Americano here, but the fact that they handed me an extra glass of water that was hot, I was like, I'm making my Americano. It's delightful. Yeah, I already had my breakfast this morning, so I went to my regular shop, had breakfast, called the Grab from there to take me here. So I started the stream right out front of the restaurant, and it was great once again because they take such good care of me there. Oh, it's good. So it's weird because of going to Vietnam that I've now developed a taste for coffee differently. So like the palate that I have for coffee, like I taste notes differently than I did before. Rare Pearl, thank you for the Canadian flag. Always appreciated. Let me turn off the chat for a minute just so I can talk. So yeah, I have developed a bit of a deeper palate for coffee. So I can kind of taste the difference between a Robusto bean and an Arabica from being in Vietnam and having as much coffee there and talking to as many people about coffee as I did. If you are into coffee at all, like even a modicum, trip to Vietnam is so much fun. The amount of different coffees that they have there, it's just insane. Now they grow coffee here in Cambodia, and the coffee here is really good too. It's just not much of an industry in Cambodia, and I would love to see like a Cambodian like coffee thing take off here, because there's so many ideas that were in Vietnam, like, you know, the egg coffee, which is easy to do. They had like a salted coffee, which, dear God, was just over the moon good. The way that they do the salted coffee too is like sweetened condensed milk, but a little bit of salt in with the coffee, so it has like it brings out the chocolatey notes and everything way better. So like the little bit of salt just kind of enhances. It's just like, you know, if you have like a floral tea and you just add like a touch of sugar to it, it just brings out the sweet notes and the flowers and all that so much better. So but yeah, like the Robusto coffee has chocolatey notes to it, or cherry, I found out. And having a cherry flavor in coffee, dear God. Yeah, That was so good, so good. Alex, my regular coffee shop was closed today for some reason. Brown coffee delivery way more expensive and not even as good. No, I did a Brown's coffee when I first got to Siem Reap, and this is coming after Thailand, where coffee was not great, and I still wasn't impressed. And then I had an Americano at one of the other small places. I was like, oh, yeah, Americanos here are great. Like the coffee in Siem Reap is really good, as long as you stay away from like the places that just serve instant. If you want a nice, deep, rich coffee, you can get it. If you want a cheap, instant coffee that's sweet and yummy and delightful, you can get that too. So both are necessary. I know on the way home I'm going to be getting the cheap instant coffee with a little bit of brewed, and that's another one that I like too. Like where you get like a bit of the brewed coffee with the instant coffee, sweetened condensed milk. Oh, so good. Breakfast suggestion: Cafe Sonia along the river. Great breakfast, sandwiches, and coffee. Cafe Sonia. So is it Soria? I apologize. I don't have my glasses with me today, so I'm kind of like struggling to read. So let me just see if I can find it here. Cafe. Found it. Soria. So I will add this to my save in Siem Reap. Siem Reap. Anytime you guys make suggestions and stuff, I pull it up in Google Maps and I save it to my favorites. So I've added that to my list. So Maven, I know the owner of 3 Corner Coffee grown in Mondulkiri, believes in sustainability and helping the coffee growers, high quality products. Hell yeah, I'll have to go. Looking forward to it. Alex, breakfast beef sandwich and brown coffee is very, very good though, must say. Okay. I don't eat much beef here. Like even back in Canada, well, in Canada I had no choice because beef was so expensive, so I ended up eating pork and chicken. And then I get here and they do such a good job with the pork that I just was like, they have beef luck or chicken. I'm like, I'll take the chicken. But yeah, I end up having chicken or pork here most of the time anyway. Fish too. But yeah, I haven't tried the beef. I'll take a look at it by all means. Wow, got a bunch of folks hanging out here today. I like the lurkers just as much as the chatters, so you're good. So don't feel the need to have to comment and stuff. I could talk about nothing endlessly without having chat poke and prod me. I've proven that more than once. I used to do a bunch of gaming live streams, and those are just, when you're trying to do a live stream on Twitch, which is another streaming service, right? So owned by Amazon, and it's intended for gamers, but there are so many people that are just vying for spots in Twitch that you could stream over there for days and have like one person show up, and that's even if you were, known on YouTube. And I could stream on YouTube and I'd get a few people, but like, it was just, gaming streaming was just horrifying concept. So it's like I would do a 3 or 4 hour stream playing a video game, talking to myself the whole time. And I'd turn and look and somebody had popped in like a half hour ago. I'd be like, oh hi, they're gone. Nobody's going to stick around for that. So yeah. Oh, they sell coffee beans. Okay, they do have a. Wait, I got to turn the phone because of course the stupid heart emoji's in the way. I can't see. Okay. The contracts a lot of 5-star hotels. Ooh, even better. The Bean Embassy is really a coffee shop. I do like the Monokiri coffee as well. Okay. Is that diesel? Again, having a hard time with the stupid eyeballs. Too many years of these, of screens, to be honest. Working on computers since the late 70s has kind of fucked my eyesight. I'm okay looking around and doing this stuff, but the minute I have to read something, like, I did the whole squint thing where I got to reshape my eyes in order to see shit. ABA? Okay. It's a little warm sitting here, even though I'm under the shade. They do have fans that are out, but it's, focus on the folks that are at the tables, the larger tables. So I'm sitting here in a bit of a bubble of heat. So I feel like I'm in a sauna at the moment. So, oh, the butterflies are out. Ooh. So I need to get moving again so that I can feel the cool breeze of my motion on my hand. I'm glad I wore this shirt today because it wicks away the sweat and cools me down. I knew I was going to be out here doing this today. This is still a good cup of coffee, so one of the better espressos I've had in Cambodia is here. So it's worth for me the walk home, taking the tuk-tuk here, wander in the park, grab a coffee. The tuk-tuk here was a 54,000. Oh, 5,400. Sorry, 5,400 real. So it's like $1.75, $1.50. $1.50. Okay. Perfect. Oh, look at that! You guys got that right there. Love it. It's $1.50, right? $1.50. Okay. And ABA, do your thing. Scan. Boop, boop, boop. I could. Thank you so much. The absolute best thing here after you get 6 months of, after you get a visa that lasts longer than 6 months, you can apply for a bank account here. So good. Yes, you just saw me drink hot water. I'm that guy. It was tepid, as I mentioned, so it was not bad. So, also, service industry, this is what I do. So I worked as a waiter for more years than I care to count. So it is part of what I do. I cannot leave a dirty table. I always stack everything and clean things up and move my chair. It's just what I do. So yell at me if you like. Go right ahead. Feel free. Thank you. Okay. And the best part is now I can do this. Yeah. Got the camera off my happy ass. Look at this. Love this stuff. Love it. Okay. Wonky, wonky, wonky. So, this is their signboard. Prices are decent. Yeah. Here, I'll show you guys. Just if you're coming here, let's take a look at the cost of things. I forgot to do this, so let's do it now. They do have food. There's quite a bit of food, to be honest. Okay, yeah. So there is their stuff. Hot Americano, $2. So, yep, maybe you're right. Game the system. Apple tea. Ooh. So, yeah. $1.50 to $2.50. Reasonable. Absolutely reasonable rates, prices, so I don't have an issue with it. Again, captive audience. You're inside a park that does not charge you admission, so if they want to charge a little extra for a cup of coffee inside a beautiful place like this, go ahead. Coffee's optional. You don't need to have it. They're not forcing you to buy coffee when you're here, so. Oh, God. Oh. One of the joys of losing so much weight, my shorts no longer fit even with the belt on. Dang it. Having to pull my pants up all the time is always fun. Because losing your pants, not much fun. Well, at least not in public anyway. It still depends on the moment, but walking in a park and losing your pants, probably not the thing you want to have happen. Just putting that out there. At least it's not something I want to have happen. I'm sure there are people that would absolutely enjoy losing their pants in the middle of a park. I'm not one of them. Okay, got BA out of the way. Sorry, forgot to pull chat back up. My apologies, everybody. I'm distracted. Just had a good cup of coffee. Oh, Sky Gypsy, put the kettle on. Amazing. I have missed chats above. I'm sure I do. Considering renting a motorbike? Eventually, yeah. Gotta check. Never. Get a check. Never know how things can change fast with your eyes. Yeah, I had an eye exam recently, so I have astigmatism in one eye, and that astigmatism got better, and the other eye got a little worse. So it kind of balanced itself out, but my eyesight's not bad. It's mostly an issue with reading, and mostly with small text, and I don't know why. They consider that a phone that is 6 inches in length and a few inches wide should have a 4K screen, so everything shrinks. You know, I guess it's because they're designed by men, so, you know, anything smaller is bigger in some mindset, so, you know, smaller is better. I'm one to say smaller font sizes are not fucking fun. I'm all about the girth when it comes to fonts. Yes, double entendres are a thing. I will continue to do. Okay, I can't see. I got sun on my screen. Okay. Check. Even street food vendors have an ABA barcode. Oh, Rusty, yeah. Yeah. It's so easy to pay. It's almost everywhere. It's like my tuk-tuk driver. I'm like ABA, and they just pull out their lanyard, and you just boop, 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 scan and pay. The one thing I did learn, which is if you look in the center of the QR code that they provide you, there are two symbols. One is the real, and the other one is a dollar sign. So if you see a QR code with a dollar sign, then that means that you're going to be paying in USD. If you see the real, you'll be paying in real. So if they say 4,000 real, and they give you an American code, do not type in 4,000 USD. It's a dollar. But 99 times out of 100, they will tell you the price, and the QR code that they provide to you is in the currency that they provide to you. The only time I've ever had it happen was the other way, is where they gave me a price in USD and the QR code was in real. And as they provided it to me, they said, you know, it would be like $1.50, and then they hand it to me, and it's like, oh, 6,000 real. So don't moon the tea house, Michael. Yeah. Well, my butt's gotten smaller, so it'd be a half moon at this stage anyway. So even if I went and dropped drawers fully, it's only a half moon. Just, well, still better than having no ass, I guess. I used to have no ass. Made walking difficult. Yeah, this hasn't grown back. So this was like a grass. Like this was all long grass in here. Beautiful. There were sunflowers over here too someplace. I'm curious to see if there are any sunflowers here. So if you look online, there's a whole bunch of conspiracies about life and everything in general. But there's been a whole bunch online about sunflowers. So if you know anything about oh, there we go. It looks like the rice is planted here. Cool. So anyway, if you know anything about sunflowers, they're one of the only plants that the head will turn to point towards the sun. So wherever the sun is in the sky, it's facing it. You know, it's what the sunflower does. But for whatever reason recently, the sunflowers have been pointing at the ground or away from the sun. It's like it doesn't like the sun anymore. And I'm like, you know, after the April I had here, I'm not a fan of the sun much anymore either, but usually I would go over there. That's where the Hobbit house is, but they are watering. And my camera's not waterproof. But yeah, I have had 3 or 4 streams here. So if you really want to see the Hobbit house, go back. And they're all live streams. So you can go to the live stream tab and find my live streams for here. But yeah, so there's talks about, you know, the sun's no longer the sun, that it's an artificial sun and stuff. I'm like, how the fuck? We can't get to the moon again, but we can put up an artificial sun? I'm like, what kind of drugs are these people taking? Apparently really good ones, because they come up with some real bangers of ideas. Are you using an action cam, Michael? I'm using the Pocket 3. The DJI Pocket 3. So it's a cross between a action camera and a regular camera, I guess. I don't know. It's a little dude. I love it. But it's DJI, so they mostly make action cameras. So I would say, yes, action camera. The only non-action part of it is that it is not waterproof or water resistant or water absorbent. So it does not even like being water adjacent. Maybe, yeah, it's scary about the sunflowers. I know. Yeah, I was seeing there's a guy, he was actually a sunflower grower in Canada. And he was like, what the fuck is up with all my sunflowers? And he was like, took a camera, pointed at the sun. He goes, that's where the sun is. Then he turned to his sunflowers. They're all looking down. He goes, they don't like the sun anymore. So yeah, I think conspiracies online are great because you just, all these crazy things. But like right around the time of the eclipse, people were seeing 2 suns in the sky. So there'd be like, you know, one over here. You'd see the one over there in the sky, and then you would go around. There'd be another one over here. And they're like, what the hell? And I'm like, what kind of trickery are you guys up to? So you never know when it comes to videos online, you know, how much of that's going to be, you know, shenanigans. So, but again, even if I see shit with my own eyes, I'm like going, did I really see that? I question things a lot. Keeps me young. Good day, Matto. Good day, good day. Let's see if we got more chat. Okay, I'll put the phone away in my back pocket for a minute so that I can flap my arm and cool down. Thankfully, moving around helps here. Look at all the beautiful butterflies. I don't know if you guys can spot them. It's the first time I've seen a black one. I usually see like a bright yellow, so I'm seeing some with different colors. That little white yellowy guy, I see those guys all the time. But I'm seeing other colors, so, which is good. And yes, they are butterflies and not moths. I know the difference. Ooh, these are beautiful little ones. Look at the trees and stuff, man. The amount of stuff they grow here is just beautiful. Well, hello, beautiful fruit. What are you? Probably becoming a flower. That is a big ass ant. So I mentioned in my last stream about having an infestation of red ants in my current apartment. So before I left, I was getting bitten by red ants and I tried to take care of them. Didn't do a very good job. And I thought part of the reason was because like when I'm sitting at my computer, I'll have dinner. Like I'll order in or I'll make something and I'll sit at my big desk and I'll work on it. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm attracting the ants, you know, with my crumbs. So I made a conscious effort when I came back this time, no eating in my bedroom, just eating at the dining room table. So, and it was 2 nights and they found me. I was like, you bastards. So I bit the bullet and I bought some bug spray. So I got some bug killer. So I sprayed in around my bed and sprayed all the entrances, the windowsills, and the baseboards. And I'm happy to say 0 problems since I did the spray. So I'm hearing Billy Idol. No, it's not. What is that? Oh, ZZ Top. Sharp Dressed Man. Maven knows all too well why I stopped. As soon as I heard the music, I'm like, I have to name that song. That's what I do. I am addicted to naming music. So, and that's the other funny thing is too is like I don't normally hear Western songs live and around like when I'm at a place. So to hear one, I was just like, wait, what? Okay, are we still live? Is that still a thing? Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're good. How long? I can't even tell you how long I've been on again because I had the failure. I had the drop at the beginning, and I finally put my hair down again for the first time since coming back. So, and if you're wondering why, Sean? Oh, why did you put your hair down today? Because I knew it was going to be out in the sun, and I wanted to protect my neck because I had a lot of sunless days in Vietnam, so I kind of became white again. So I lost a bit of my tan. That was a bit of a pain in the ass. So I have found that I've been reddening up again when I'm out and about. So I wanted to make sure that I was, easing back into getting a tan. Come back up to the main thoroughfare here. Let's do this again. So this is like a little road that kind of runs through the entire park here. You can kind of get to all the sections. So this is the roadway. So where we were when we came in would be up here. So this isn't the entire park. So we're just showing the section here. So we come in over here, but this little laneway goes all the way. My understanding is that the new parts of the park are going to be out this way, heading up towards Anchor, which is great. And the best thing today, I'm seeing so many people in here, and that makes me happy because the more people that come here, more people know about it, the more people share it, the more people come. And then, donations are made at the place and they can keep going and keep doing things. And the more people that come here, the more people that share this place, the more they can invest in maintaining it. So, all a win to me. I'm doing my little teeny tiny part by showing you guys it. But I've had a couple people mention that they've seen my streams and when they got to Siem Reap, they came here. So, got a couple people coming out here, which is baby steps. Makes me happy. I love being able to share the beautiful parts of this city and this country. So, and a lot of international tourists, not just Western folks coming. Trying to think where I'm at. I'm gonna have to walk through them. I try not to do that. Excuse me. Sorry. It's always fun trying to listen to bits of the language and trying to figure out which country they may be from. Sometimes it's just like the staccato of how the words come out. That one sounded like they might be Korean. Not sure. But just the way that some of the words came out, I'm like, I've heard that in Korean films, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. But it's just a guessing game at this stage. I could have stopped and asked, hey, where are you from? But I'm not that guy. Okay. Are we still live? I am addicted to naked. Some of the words came out, and I'm like, ah. Yep, that's something I just said, so, okay. Trying to think, do we? Is that doing face detect again? Did you find me? Did you not? Okay, let's try it. Maybe I did. I flipped too quick. Try this again. There we go. Makes it easier for me, so I don't have to, check over all the time and see that it's now pointing at the top of my hat instead of my face, which I point at my hat a lot because I tend to look down. It's fun when I'm actually editing some of these videos and I wear these glasses in particular because I can see a reflection of the camera in it. So it kind of takes me out of the moment whenever I see it. But I think we did the park. I feel good about this today. Ooh, that one moved. Lots of folks in today. This makes me, like I said, it's Sunday here, so it's good. This is a weekend. Lots of folks are out and around. A lot of locals come here too, from my understanding, which is great. So, but now the only thing I have to worry about is the temptation to this way out or no? No, this is I always thought I'd go through here. Yeah, so the hardest part is the temptation to buy all the yummy foods on the way home. Thank you. Oh wow, they have plants for sale here too. That is awesome. They grow the plants here and sell them. I like that. That is good. That is a very good thing. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir.
So, oh great. Apparently, my biggest fear happened again. I lost my face. I need beverage. I almost brought a bottle of water with me, but I figured it would get stupid hot by the time I was leaving, so I just grabbed something on the way back home. So there are just a ton of street vendors, at least the last few times I've been here. Thank you. Have a great day. But yeah, they've had a ton of street vendors out there. And the other reason I didn't want to get a bottle of water is because they asked not to bring in any food or beverage from outside, even if I wasn't intending to consume it in there. It's a simple rule that I don't need to break. They have these fried dough things here. I gotta be good. I gotta be good and not fall victim to my own temptations. I'm good, thank you. So, yeah, I have made a conscious decision that anytime I'm taking a ride, I will be using an app. I have tested it multiple times now where, when I was in Phnom Penh, I knew where I was going, I knew where I was, pulled up Grab, and because I wanted to get some money out of the bank, so there's a bank just down the street from where my bus let out. And so I had the Grab app open, went and got money, and when I came out, going ahead of myself. When I got off of the bus, I was about a half a block away from where the bank was. So while I was on the bus, I had already figured out how much it was going to cost roughly to get to where I was going. It was about 8,000 real. So I got off and they're like, oh, tuk tuk, sir, because anytime you're getting off a bus, anytime you're traveling here, you're getting off the airport, you're getting off a bus anywhere, you are going to be inundated with the drivers. And so I asked one of them, like, how much? And he told me where I was going, and he's like, $5. Another guy, $7. And I was like, I showed the app, I'm like, $2. Hello. Hello. Yeah, I showed them it was like $2. And they always do the same thing. They just kind of smirk at you and then they walk away. It's like, yeah, they know that they're trying to screw you out of it, but you know, they get a couple of marks like that a day, you know, their days are set, you know, and it's just like, I'm just not going to play in that economy. I'm just going to use the app, pay the money that they say, and support the guys that are out there doing the hustle, you know, that are not trying to scam. You know, if the guys, like, honestly, if one of those drivers just said, oh, you know, $2.25, you know, I'd be like, yeah, okay, hey, we're good. That's a good one, you know. But, you know, when you know it's $2 and they say $5, burp. I thumbs you down, kind sir. I give you the thumbs down. But yeah, I've tested a bunch of times and it's always the same thing. So I'm like, I'm just using the app. And if I'm having a hard time getting anybody on an app, I'm walking. There are some places in Vietnam where I was trying to get a grab and it's just taking too long. Like it was either like the wrong time of day or I was in a spot that was kind of remote. I just ended up walking. And it's like, you know, what's an additional couple kilometers in the grander scheme of things? Nothing. Let me see if we got anywhere in chat. Let me double check what's going on with chat. I put my phone away. And I find I can see things better without my sunglasses on. Because they kind of polarize and they darken. So it's like, the Buddy Show. Trying to figure out how to get new unmarked American bills for immigration. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all, buddy. For immigration, you should be able to use a debit credit card for payments crossing the borders. They're supposed to be available at all the airports and the land crossing. If you're going through the major land crossings, they should be available there. But in Siem Reap, they are not allowed anybody across the board. They are not permitted to refuse any bills because the bank here, they will not charge fees or anything to anybody bringing in a damaged bill as long as it's not counterfeit. That, you know, that still holds true. So, but if it's an actual bill, it has a mark, it has a fold, it looks a little dirty, they have to accept it. So that is currently in effect in Siem Reap, and that is going nationwide if it already hasn't. So that worry is going to stop because they want to increase tourism, and they know that one of the biggest attractors is the US bill thing. So they are making a concerted effort to get ahead of that. So I'm all for it. Matto, check the webpage. Yeah, so that's the other thing, Matt. Like, buddy, if you're coming from Thailand, you can play in baht. I've done it. And they prefer whatever land border you're crossing from, that you pay it in the currency from where you just were. So you don't have to worry about a dirty baht. They'll take them. So, and that's how I got rid of a bunch of my extra baht when I was here. I didn't have to go and pay, you know, to one of the cash converter guys and, you know, pay a premium for, you know, that service. Be like, oh, looks so good. I'm gonna grab a water. I'm grabbing a water. Hello. Water? Bottle of water?
Water?
Yeah.
Big water?
Little. Small.
A little small.
Yeah.
Cold water?
Sure. How much? 1,000. I could. There we go. 1,000 real for my water. Told you. These little vendors are everywhere on the streets. Like every part of Southeast Asia I've been to. Vietnam, Thailand, there's always a street vendor. And in Cambodia, if you see the bright orange cooler boxes, you know they got cold water, so you're set. Hello. Oh, there we go. This is not going to last long. I'm going to pretty much down this. Half gone. Just had to top up my fuel. Oh, that's good. Oh, another good part about having a mustache, get a little extra water stuck to your mustache. It's like an extra sip after you're done. You're like, oh, baby. Oh. Simple things in life. You got to find them when you can. Enjoy what you can when you can. Getting a little bit of water stuck in my mustache highlighted my morning. I'm in. Okay. Now putting my water in my cargo pocket. Just dragging down my pants. Chance of another half moon coming out. Getting better. And driving my thumb so I can open up my phone. Technology, I swear. And glasses. Again, glasses. Eventually I'll get a rhythm. Flying into Siem Reap, nice. So yeah, and so we've been told that you can pay electronically at the airports. So let us know. Yeah, if you're flying into Siem Reap, immigration there, they have to take your bills. So do a quick check online, find the articles about it. I do believe that went into effect in July, about them having to accept all bills, like all US bills. So, but Siem Reap was the test for it. It was either late June or early July. Maven, this is new with the last few weeks to accept damaged USD. Yeah. So Maven, they tested it in Siem Reap, so it has been going live here for a little while longer, and then they're rolling it out to the rest of Cambodia. So it's supposed to be rolling out, or has already rolled out to the rest of Cambodia. Yeah, Matto, the government are making many changes, small but making them easier. And you know, sometimes it's those little changes that make the biggest impact, right? So it's like, you know, the simple thing of saying we're going to accept all US bills doesn't seem to be a big deal until you're here and you've got that one wonky 50 that they won't take. So the other day, I was at ABA. So I took some money out from my Canadian account, deposited it into my Cambodian account. You know, something I do every couple months, no big deal. So I took the money out, they gave me hundreds. Oh, that's the other thing too, is the bank machines here are supposed to give you the option of 20s and 50s, I do believe, in USD. And I don't know when that is being rolled out, but that is something that I've heard is going to be happening. So anyway, I took my money that I got, I counted it, they were all there. So I go over to the bank machine that I deposited in. You know, you do your thing, you put the money in the holder, and it said 3 of them were rejected. And I'm like, what? I just got these. So it, you know, it opened the drawer and there was 3, and they, nothing wrong with them. I was like, what? So I put them back in, and I let it count again. It took them. So, but I was thinking, it's like, do I have to yell at a bank machine? You got to take my damn bills. You can't refuse it. I'm in Siem Reap. But No. It would have been just a matter of going into the bank and saying, put this in my account, please. Your machines won't take them. But ABA's been a great bank to deal with, to be honest. And that's not just because of the Canadian investment in them. I like them anyway. I like the, I like being able to pay with QR code, not gonna lie. It's a convenient thing. And even like, you know, you borrow money from a friend, you know, you're out for dinner and you're like, oh fuck, I forgot, you know, I forgot my phone, I forgot my money. You know, you can get back home and you send it back to them, you know. You can transfer payments through it, everything, man. Like, I like that fact that I can do a QR code to a friend, you know, like, you know, I need to pay them for something, it's like, here, show me your ABA. And it's like, slap, money goes right in. The other nice thing too is I was in Vietnam. The QR payment, I tried it there and it didn't work, which is fine. But before I left, I took a bank card out of ABA here. So I paid $5, I think it's like $5 for the year for it. And they gave me a card, it's tied to my account, it's like a Visa debit card. But I used that when I was in Vietnam, and it was an immediate transfer. So it's like, whatever it was in Dong, they did an immediate, like dollars to dollars, you know, whatever the exchange rate was. They held it for, I think 72 hours, so the transaction went through, the person got paid, but on my end, it would show it in red like it was being held. So that in case I needed to argue it or anything, that I still had that opportunity to refute it. So, but I did that the whole time I was there and worked flawlessly. River. Do I do the river today? I think I do the river today. I need coffee. I really need coffee today. More coffee. Do I get coffee or do I make coffee when I get home? Or do I do both? Can I survive with 3 cups of coffee in my system in a day? Probably. I think I could try it today. What's the worst that could happen? I get wired first down and I don't sleep tonight? Like, that doesn't happen once a week anyway. Insomnia is my friend. No longer my enemy. I decided a long time ago, just make friends with insomnia. It's going to be around for a while, you know. It's like that thing when you get told that, you know, you get a step parent, they're going to be miserable to you and you're going to be hating you, and you meet them and you're like, hey, you're all right, you know. After a while you become very close and they become family. That's how insomnia is with me. Like a new step parent. I'm in a weird mood today. Let me see where I'm at with the chat. Whew. See where we are. Let me get away from folks here. Had many bills rejected because of small marks. Actually, in other ways, Yeah, I had that happen when I came here too. So luckily I've been able to get rid of all of them. Does a QR code work in Thailand or Vietnam or other Asian countries? So they do have a QR code payment in Vietnam. My understanding is that it's not linked the same way as the other ones. So in Thailand and in Malaysia, from my understanding, I haven't tried it at them yet, but I've had friends that use ABA that have been to Malaysia and to Thailand, and it works. So you can do QR payments there. For whatever reason, the way that they do them in Vietnam is just a bit different. So, but it's only Vietnam from my understanding. But again, I had a debit card. It was no big deal. You know, instead of pulling out my phone, I pulled out the card. And there were a lot of places that my phone didn't have great signal. So inside the buildings, like I was in one mall, and like everybody, like it was funny because like there's, people are queuing up ahead of me, and it was like a department store, and everybody was having to connect to the Wi-Fi in the store because there was no signal in the store. So they're all trying to do the QR payment thing, but it wasn't working. Even though there is an offline version for it too, my understanding, but I've never tried it. So, oh, what a morning! What a beautiful, beautiful day. I guess it's an absolutely stunning day out today. It was crystal blue skies when I left. And, oh, there we go, that little drip. I don't mind the clouds coming through. The humidity level here has been brutal. Yeah, since getting back in Siem Reap, I've been getting adjusted to the temperatures again. I'm like, like I said, when I was back at the coffee shop, I felt like I was in a sauna. Anytime you're in this place with stagnant air, it gets hot. So now I gotta decide, coffee? I'm gonna walk back, I don't know. Could just make coffee when I get back. Then that's work. And then it's like that's dipping into my coffee stash that I want to savor. Like, I only have like a kilogram of coffee from Vietnam. What am I gonna do when I run out? It's not like I can go to the store and buy Vietnamese coffee here in Cambodia. I mean, like that would be impossible, right? Yeah, I found Vietnamese beans here, so I'm not stuck. I do like the Robusto beans, though. Not gonna lie. My poor dad, watching me have coffee and stuff, and he's stuck in the States with Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, and hearing me talk about coffee, and I shared a video on how to make egg coffee. The poor man. So I think he found some Robusto beans on Amazon that he was ordering. Oh. My poor family. I come on this trip and they see all the stuff that I'm doing, and it's like, oh, it's like my mom loves when I'm having like the wild foods. Was that a butterfly flying around my head? I'm pretty sure I just had a butterfly just nail me. But yeah, so my mom loves when I'm having all the wild foods. So, when I'm having like shrimp paste or parak or some random thing that you can't get back home, she's just tickled. And then my son is always interested in all the interesting and different styles of cuisine because he works in a kitchen. So he asks questions about, how it's made and, what the flavor profiles are. And, he's a bit of a foodie himself. So he gets it honestly. Both his mother and I worked in the service industry. So, the kid was kind of destined to have to deal with the palate. Gee darn. Yeah, it was funny. God, he was about 2. And my ex-wife was making, mac and cheese and stuff, and my son, like, she gets like the Kraft dinner, doesn't like it. He just doesn't like the chemicals, doesn't like that. And he's like, he wants one that Dada makes. I'm cooking it with like cream and garlic, and I've got cooking wine that I'm reducing down so it's imparting the flavor but no alcohol, and I'm making like a nice rich sauce. Yeah, it was a kid 2 years old, like, that's the shit I want to eat. So he developed it naturally. And that's the thing too, is like a lot of kids, they don't want like a complex flavor profiles. Like they just want simple. And that's why you get the kids that will only eat white foods, or, you know, I won't eat anything that's green, you know, for whatever fucking reason. Kids are weird. My weird kid was the same kind of weird that I am, so I'm cool with that. So I love my weird kid. He's awesome. He's a great young man. I have wonderful chats with him. There was a coffee kit that I wanted to get for him when I was in Dalat, and I was trying to figure out how to get it shipped back to him, because it's like the post office system, like mailing things here is not as like cut and dried as it is back home. So I'm gonna have to do a video about how to ship things back home. I think that's because I got to figure out how to do it, but like I'm trying to figure that out, and I'm like, my brain's just not working with it. So I figured it out on my last day when I was in Vietnam, or in Dalat, but by the time I figured it out, it was too late. Like I couldn't go and get the thing and pack it and get it to him. I'm like, oh. So I'm like, I'm going to be going back there early next year anyway, so it's like, well, whatever. Catch up with chat again because I'm neglecting it. As I mentioned, I can talk endlessly without chat. Maybe be careful holding your cell phone. I could imagine a moto coming by and grabbing it out of your hand. I've got a pretty good grip on it, like when I'm holding it, so they can grab it all they want. And this, like, I'm holding on to a selfie stick that's like, I got a death grip on it, so if they really want it, they're gonna get it, I guess. So the Buddy Show, I always bought an espresso machine, easy in the US and thrift stores. Wherever I've lived, is there a Lazada or something like that there? So there is not, how do I put this? None of those online services ship directly to Cambodia. So like Lazada, you can access the sites and all that, you can do it, but they won't ship to Cambodia. So there is a grassroots kind of way to do it. So there's, for Lazada, when you get here, you know, post that you're looking to order from Lazada and you'll be given the link. So there is a company that you get it shipped to in Thailand, and then I think it's every week or so, once they get enough, they bring everything across and they will deliver it to you. So you got to make sure that you put your right address and stuff. There's a process to do it. So you pay the shipping and everything to the warehouse in Thailand, and then when they bring it to you, it's like $1.50 a kilogram. So it's not exorbitant. And a lot of times, like the money you're saving by ordering something from Lazada and then getting it shipped there and then getting it shipped to you, it's still cheaper than buying it locally. Or you can get things you just can't get. Like I was looking online for getting a replacement battery for my Pixel 6a. I can't find anything like that in majority of Southeast Asia, but I was able to find it on Lazada. So if I needed it, I could get that shipped to me here, where I would be stuck and just having to buy a new phone. So yes, there are ways to do it, but like little espresso machines, you can buy like the ones that you plug into the wall, you know, the fancier kind of machines that, you know, have the little canister of water that you do. You can get that at some of the stores here. But the ones that I've seen more often than not are the stovetop espresso machine. So you have like it looks like a kettle type of thing. The water goes in the bottom, you put the coffee in a little cup that goes there, and then you screw the top on, and then it uses the pressure and it boils up underneath. It's like a camping espresso machine. I bought one in Toronto years ago. It was like an Italian model. And God, I used that thing for like 10 years before the rubber seal finally let go and, you know, was no longer holding steam. But I've been able to buy them ever since. So those are available here in different sizes. And they range between $6 and $10, so it's not like a stupid high price to pay. And I've always liked the espresso that I get out of those, so it's not as exact as the, you know, the steam down. It's steam up, but for my needs for coffee in the morning when I'm half asleep, I'm good. I'm more than good. Oh, well, hello cricket sounds, or cicadas. It is a beautiful sound. I do love this sound. Hopefully you guys are getting it over the drone of my voice. Just did it again. See what I can read. Oh, more information. Let's see what we got. Oh, Big Jed. You should have crashed my live. Just got back from grabbing a coffee and getting your bike washed. Nice. If you guys don't know Big Jed, that is Jeremy. The furriest half of the For Real team. He's crashed my lives more than once. Actually, Jeremy, I'm glad you got to show up before I closed it off today. And also, great stream today, by the way. I mentioned it earlier that they had a live stream this morning. They did it at 7 a.m. here, so I was able to catch it before I left for breakfast. Just making changes to their channel. They've been doing the news motos, which has just been like a weekly news update, and you know, their own personal vloggy stuff every now and again. But they're going from weekly news to monthly, and then doing more of their own content. And the other, like when they're not doing it, I'm fully supportive of that. I love the content that they create. So, you know, anything that allows more creativity and takes some of the stress off of doing a repetitive thing all the time, 100%. So if you guys don't know For Real, it's For Real, R-I-E-L, as in the monetary currency in Cambodia. They do great stuff. So, listening today while cleaning Dad's place menu. 2 iced coffees for $1.50. That's kind of where I was headed. Yeah, I'm contemplating going there for coffee this morning. Jeremy pointed it out. I was out on a walk a couple months ago, and he came by and gave me a Royal D, which is an electrolyte, because it was stupid hot while I was walking, and he was going out for coffee, and he told me where it was, and then I ended up walking over there, and I've been going ever since, because they make a really nice cup of coffee. Oh, they have the green matcha tea. That might be a nice treat this morning. Or just the stupid coffee is good too. I'll probably just go grab coffee. Oh, that ice cream. It certainly has an ice cream sound to the noise. If not, they need to have that sound for an ice cream truck here. So. It has to be kid-oriented, whatever it is. Oh man, how long have I been doing this? Okay. Oh, Big Jed. You guys are awesome. You guys do a lot to support not just fellow creators, but you know, folks in Cambodia. So, yeah, and I love the fact that when I was watching your stream, I saw a lot of folks commenting that I see over here on a regular basis. So we seem to share a similar base. So And if there's a few more people that haven't found out about you from my stream that can come over, I know that they will be welcomed over there. So, Michael Cooley, fun to watch this, a video in the area. There's a house around there. I track in the rental. That's really, yeah, there's I kind of wandered this area a bit when I first found out about it, and I was already in my apartment. I do 3-month leases here, and so when I wanted to get the second apartment here, I wanted to make sure that I was in this area because of proximity to the river and the temples, and just more of a local feel, you know. There's still a lot of expats, but a lot of the businesses here are local run. So I just wanted to be in an area that felt more community than expat, because where I was before, there was a lot of expats. So I mean, I'd be out wandering around, and you know, you'd see the backpackers, and you know, not a detriment. Just like, I'm in a foreign country. I want to see, you know, as few people that look like me as possible. You know, I'm on this trek so that I don't have to deal with like the same mindset I had to deal with back home. And the fewer people I see that look like me, the better. As far as I'm concerned, the more local, the better. I enjoy going to spots where, you know, the kids are looking at me like, what the fuck is that? Like, you know, not only is it a white guy, but it's a white guy with long beard and long white hair. Shocks the hell out of people. I like sticking out like a sore thumb, I guess. Ooh. What is this? What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lacquered stuff. Beautiful. No idea what that was all about, but a bunch of lacquered boxes and plates and bowls. Now, is it real lacquer? Lacquer adjacent? Maybe. Big Jed, that noise is from the watt. Okay. Jeremy, I look forward to catching up with you guys. We have lots to discuss. Yeah, Maven, no one else looks like me. That's very true. It's funny. It's like, you know, I've had this kind of look for a while. You know, it's not just for the channel or the vlogs or anything. Like, this is a style I've had for a long time. And when I was living in Florida and I'd move back up to Canada, I would have friends that would be like in Orlando or in Key West, and they're like, I saw your doppelganger, and they'll send a picture of like some random dude that just happens to have like white hair, and I'm like, that's not even close. Like, I'm glad you're thinking of me, but you know, this is how I look now. And they're like, why the fuck did I even think that was you? I'm like, I got nothing. Like, what are you just looking for people with white hair? Like, kudos. But yeah, every now and again I'll see a person that is rocking a similar style, but it's very rare, very rare. This is an acquired look to maintain. Honestly, one of the only times I've ever seen it, like, mostly in movies. Sean Connery kind of had a similar look in Highlander and Medicine Man. And then Jeff Bridges kind of had a similar look in R.I.P.D. But, you know, shorter hair. But I was like, fan. You know, it's nice when I see a similar style like that. Or you just go buy a cheap one. Buddy, I'm with you. I'm with you. I think you should go full-blown Gandalf. I've done it. Funny enough. So back when the Lord of the Rings came out, my wife at the time, she loved to sew and that. So we bought a kit. You know, it was like I can't even think of like the sewing template, right? For making a Gandalf type getup. So there was like an under tunic, and then the big cape that went with it, with the hood and everything. And she designed, like she worked on it, and she did a phenomenal job. I had that for years after, but even when my hair was still dark at the time, and I remember getting like the spray paint for the hair, you know, the gray, and doing it up. Yep. Who would have thought, you know, only 20 years later, I'd be in full Gandalf mode all by myself. You shall not pass. I'm not too sure that would work quite as well over here. Ooh, the smoky, smoky fish. Oh, love that smell. They have like the river fish, and they salt them and they grill them and smell off that. Oh, so good. So good. Okay. We're getting close to coffee. We're getting real close. I have no idea how much battery or anything I have left on this thing. A testament to technology that I am able to do this live stream with a camera and a little battery pack that it comes with it. So, and my data plan. Ooh, all the fruit. All the fresh fruit here today. Yummy. I think that's just everywhere here. It's not a special thing. It's just, you know, I remember when I first got here, I was like, oh my God, fresh fruit everywhere. Now that I'm here, I'm like, oh my God, fresh fruit everywhere. And it's like, you know, oh, I buy it. But it's just, like, it was overwhelmingly, when I got here, like how much fruit there was. And now that I'm here, it's just like, it's great. You know, I love having access to it. But the shiny is worn off on it. Oh man, coffee. You can tell it's a busy local spot when they're queued up for it. Let me get the coffee. Hello. They're so nice here too. I don't know the name of the place. So everybody asks every time. It's like there's no name. Colonel Sanders, Wild Bill Cody. Thanks, Meadow. Enjoy your chores. See you soon here, man. It'd be great. Yeah, I think I would rather the backpackers than the logger louts. There's enough of those as it is. Hello. Whoops. I don't know what happened there. And I just stand here. It's just they've already spotted me, so. This place is just constantly busy. I think I've come here a few times and there's been like maybe just a couple people. But always gets busy.
Tức thì đau lấy. Xong rồi tính ăn sẽ đi.
Bên ngày ấy, bác sĩ bên nhà nữa.
That's what's happening in chat. What's the area called? I don't know the name of the area. I know that each area has its own name, but it's on the river, north of what's the name of the park? God damn it, I can't even think of it. It's so hot, my brain's fried. Yeah, so it's north of the Royal Independence Garden on the same side. It's about a kilometer, maybe? Let me see, if I put there and I do directions, it's 950 meters, so there, the garden's to where I'm at. Yeah, it's like maybe a 10-minute walk from the gardens. So if you're at the Independence Gardens, you just kind of walk up the same side of the road up, and you're here. As you can see, they're busy. There's, I think there was like 7 or 8 people ahead of me when I got here. And everybody orders like multiple beverages, so. I'm assuming that they're taking it back to work or the family. And they make good coffees, so. Like I said, it's like a blend of like instant and I call it sock coffee. It's a dripped coffee that they use, and it works. Sweet condensed milk, a little bit of evaporated milk, ice. Oh. But yeah, to show you the area. There's a bridge right there. Right across there is, I think it's a school. It looks like a temple, but it's not. And so right here is a place that washes bikes and fixes them up. There's this hair salon here, and it's a little black coffee. Oh, perfect. You're so efficient. I couldn't. See, didn't even have to really order. He just knows what I'm there for, so this is great. Less fiddling. Don't have to do shit. Just order my coffee and go. Yeah, they're great in there. As I said, Big Jed turned me on to them a while ago, and I've been going ever since. And I go there if I just want like simple, cheap, filling coffee that, you know, I'm not looking for, you know, that perfect cup of coffee, that perfect Americano or anything. I just want a strong, good flavor, you know, sugary bomb of a coffee. It works every time, and they're consistent. Why the fuck do I have a hard time drinking from this big ass bag? Every time. So good. So good. Like I said, it's not like that Americano bitterness or like that rich, deep tones that you get from regular coffee. It has more of an instant flavor, and sometimes it's okay. Like I said, you know, when I just want a big ass cup of coffee for $1, like, that's $1. Big as my fucking head. It's $1. You know? It's, you know, and it's good. It's tasty, you know. I have spent more and gotten less back home, so. Anybody in Canada knows what an ice cap tastes like? This tastes better, so. And those are addictive back home. And it's Tim Hortons Ice Cappuccino. We just call it Ice Cap. Because we're weird in Canada. We make up our own words for things. Like poutine. Who would have thought? You know? Cheesy gravy fries would have a name called poutine. Quack chuck, possibly. Even it's entirely likely. Yeah, you said it's nice and local. So this area, like I said, I use the highway as kind of like the marker. So it's on the north side of the highway, and I live on the west side of the river. So that little quadrant is great. There's a bunch of apartment buildings that are over there. You know, different prices, but landlords are great. I haven't had an issue. I used IPS when I came here, and they hooked me up with both my apartments, and I don't have a complaint in the world. The new apartment, like I said, I had a bit of an ant problem, but easily remedied. That I wish that I had just sucked it up and bought the damn bug spray. But I'm like, I gotta find a way to do it my own way. Stupid hippie. Sometimes you just gotta buy the bug bomb, man. And I also found that letting a lizard live in your room, they don't eat all the ants. They'll shit all over your window ledge. They won't eat all the ants. It's like, what good are you? Like, if I'm gonna have a roommate that's not gonna clean up after themselves, they could at least kill all the bugs. But no. So I kicked the lizard out. Hello. So on the weekends here, the street is just a bunch of folks selling fruits and veggies and local foods, little baked goods. And it's a great little area. Great little area. So there's like a series of like stores and stalls over on this side. And then the little restaurant that I have breakfast at is on the other side of the river. So if you go to the last stream, there is I put a link to the restaurant, so that'll give you an area. So the coffee shop and the restaurant are both in the area that I live in. So anything within, you know, north of that is like, I would say within a few blocks of the river is a nice area. At least that's what I found here so far. Woo! This is gonna be another one of those 2-hour long streams again. Jesus Christ. think I would learn. You know, I'm talking about maybe going down to 1 stream a week and up in my video counts, and I can't shut up when I do a live stream. Yes, thank you, Maven. See where we're at. Okay, east side of the river, Sykram and Nokort from. Yeah, that's why I can't remember it, because I can't pronounce any of the words. I'm horrible. Oh God, it's smelling. Somebody's got fire going. Sunday, so they're burning paper. They burn money, but it's always like fake money. So it's like an offering, I guess. I just see it happen. I don't know anything about it. My mother was afraid of fire when I was a kid, so I try to stay away from flames as much as possible, because my mother instilled a great fear in me about it. So when you see things setting on fire, I'm like walking the other side of the street going, I don't want to go near that. Especially when you have big fluffy hair like I do. One ember, whew, gone. So you stay away. Okay, well, this has been a long ass stream. I have walked a lot. I have talked a lot. My throat is sore. My legs are jello-ish. And I'm sweating. So I count that as a good day. But yeah, I'm gonna end things here. I'll just finalize the last bit of my walk for myself. If you guys, as I say this every time, if you could do me a solid and hit the like button on the way out. I do make all of these live streams, videos after the fact. So if you hit the like button or leave comments on it after the fact, it notifies YouTube that people are interested, and then they may recommend it to other folks. And that will help inspire me to continue doing this. So, not like I need much inspiration. I would do this even if it was only me walking and talking. But having you guys here, it's amazing. You guys are definitely motivating, and I appreciate having all of you here. But yeah, I'm going to go finish off my walk. Maybe grab something else to eat, because I'm kind of getting hungry. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys next week, Thursday evening if you're in the US and Canada, it'll be Friday morning if you're over here, and then again Sunday morning, Saturday evening, depending on where you are. But anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.